Hello there and welcome to UBC News Tonight this Thursday, the 21st day of April 2022. First of all, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, President Museveni pledges 1 billion shillings for Martyrs' Day, as well as support for the renovation of Fort Portal Catholic Diocese. Livestock compensation in Teso, Acholi and Lango government has so far compensated over 2,000 claimants. MPs visit Lubowa proposed hospital site, no contractor found on place. And in sports, Pearl of Africa rally, organizers preach safety as Uganda lives dangerously. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live, online and on air from Broadcast House. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now, President Yoweri Museveni this evening returned from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, where he had gone for a one-day working visit at the invitation of his Kenyan counterpart, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. President Museveni was received on arrival at Entebbe International Airport by the Minister for the Presidency, Honorable Babide Mili Babalanda, the Head of Public Service and Secretary to Cabinet, Mrs. Lucy Nachobe Mbonye. Others at the airport to receive the President were AIGP Andrew Sorowen, the Director, Welfare, Production and Sports in Uganda Police Force, and Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons, Akena Samuel. At the airport, President Museveni, who travelled by Uganda Airlines to and from Nairobi, commended the cabin crew for their dedication and good hospitality while he was aboard the aircraft. Take a watch. Meanwhile, earlier, President Yoweri Museveni attended the second regional heads of state conclave on the Democratic Republic of Congo that convened in Nairobi, Kenya on the 21st of April 2022. The conclave, hosted by His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya, was attended by His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Chilombo, President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye, President of the Republic of Burundi, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, and His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, who was represented by the Rwandan Foreign Minister. The leaders took note of the situation in Eastern DRC and of neighboring countries. After fruitful discussions held in a frank and cordial environment, and in order to promote peace, stability and development in the Eastern DRC and the greater East African region, the leaders also agreed in, among others, that all armed groups in the DRC participate unconditionally in the political process to resolve their grievances. That failure to do so all Congolese armed groups would be considered as negative forces and handled militarily by the region. That all foreign armed groups in the DRC must disarm and return unconditionally and immediately to their respective countries of origin. That failure to do so, these groups would be considered as negative forces and handled militarily by the region. That the establishment of the regional force to fight the negative forces should commence immediately under the leadership of the DRC. Meanwhile, President Yoweri Museveni has pledged 1 billion shillings towards preparations for Martyrs' Day and roofing of the cathedral of the Catholic Cathedral in Fort Portal. President Museveni and the delegation from Kabarole discussed the upcoming Uganda Martyrs' Day celebrations to be held on June 3, 2022, and other issues concerning the diocese. The meeting took place at the President's country home in Rwakitura, Kiruhura district.
Kandi Uganda Episcopal Conference okoma Fort Portal Diocese which kandi sente zikwetagisa kwa repair ya Urusule Cathedral twetaga 2 billion.
Okay, so I'm going to look for 1 billion.
Oh.
President Museveni, they are meeting a delegation from Fort Portal Catholic Diocese, and of course they are the ones that will animate this year's Martyrs celebrations at Namugongo. The Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, has revealed that over 2,000 claimants have been compensated in the ongoing livestock compensation program. Alupo said the program, which was recently launched by President Yoweri Museveni in Soroti District, is doing very well. We have more in this report.
NRM's concern and commitment towards restoring those who lost their livestock during the insurgencies, government decided to compensate the 3 communities of Teso, Lango and Acholi as a way of restoring and improving their economic welfare. The responsibility to do verifications of genuine claimants was handed over to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The verification exercise was concluded and submitted to the Ministry of Finance for payment. In the 2021-2022 financial year budget, Parliament approved over 150 billion shillings for cattle restocking of the 3 sub-regions of Teso, Acholi and Lango, with each scheduled to get 50 billion shillings. In her speech, the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, said according to records from the Line Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, over 2,000 claimants have been compensated from Lango, Acholi and Teso sub-regions.
All the interventions are in place, all the logistics are in place, all the necessary forces or strength is available to stop that predicament. And when you return, I want you to tell that to all the people in the villages to start planting so that we don't lose these rains. And be vigilant and report any cattle rustlers or any collaborators of cattle rustlers to the security so that they can be intercepted.
Alupo revealed during the sensitization meeting with the local council 1, 2 and 3 chairpersons and LOC 5 councillors and district officials from the 3 counties of Toroma, Ngariamu and Usiku in Katakwi district. The participants received technical guidance and critical information about parish development model from the Ministry of Local Government officials mandated to lead the implementation of the parish development model,
which will work very closely with technical people of the parish development model to deliver the expected outcomes so that we move our country from where we are to middle income status. This parish development model is intended to remove poverty from us.
Now, teacher educators have been urged to support teachers to be able to implement the abridged curriculum, which is aimed at helping them recover the time learners lost during the 2 years in the COVID-19 lockdown. While opening the 4th Teacher Symposium virtually at Silver Springs Hotel in Bugolobi, the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, said since learners did not repeat classes, the curriculum is to help bridge the time and content gap created. Farida Nafka reports.
And Sports has organized the 4th Teacher Symposium to discuss the role of the teacher in coping with the impact of COVID-19 on the education sector. COVID-19 caused a deficit of 2.8 years in Uganda, hence loss of teaching and learning time, teenage pregnancy and child labor. Adapting to teaching by teachers has not been easy.
Now, in the local language, had gone out to the lower level of even the P2 level. We push them to P4, which is called the progression. Now, the role of the teacher is now, like if you have seen in sports, where we have release, whereby somebody has to go back and pick a stick from the last candidate there, that's the athlete there, and try to run and catch up with those who are what? That is the challenge we are having. And as teachers, we need to come together and say, how do we help our teachers handle this situation? Because apart from training the teachers, we also support them in continuous professional development. But also, we have come up with the ICT, the new normal where we say we should apply ICT, digital learning.
The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, said the big gap teachers need to fill